Bear with me, people. First time setting this thing up. Never knew it was so difficult. So just bear with me. We're about to start in about 3 minutes. Yeah. Strange reason. I don't know what that's about. But like I said, bear with me. Just give me 3 minutes because we're going to get into this battle fatigue, physically and spiritually. I don't know what that's about. But like I said, bear with me because we're going to get into this battle fatigue, physically and spiritually. All right, I'm able to see the messages now. I just muted the Google Hangout one. So if people could hear me, to give me confirmation, please press 1. Huh. Now we cooking with fire. I seen somebody press 1. All right. Sister Mawa Netter. Peace and love to you as well. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for the support. Thank all the people that out there that supported me. I didn't even expect to have that much view. I thought I would have had one viewer. I'm shocked at how much that people even was able to get the message and come on. Um, you know, let's see. All right, so I'm your guest, Joel Benjamin, MC Spookism. All right, aka MC Spookism. It's a name I took proudly. Basically, I got tired of people always asking me, well, brother, you don't have your own platform. You don't have your own platform. I have my own platform. I just finally decided to set it up because all the people that have been asking me, and that's a way for them to get one-on-one with me in this live stream. Yeah, so we're gonna make it happen. All right. Now, so everybody clear on what the topic is. Combating battle fatigue physically and spiritually. Okay, so with that being said, let's see some of the definitions of battle fatigue because we want to make sure we hold no punches when it comes to this. We want people to get the right information not just now, but right now. So I'm going to read this out to you. Battle fatigue. Now it's crazy. They're calling it obsolete. So battle fatigue is an obsolete term which may refer to combat stress reaction and a military term for an actual reaction to stress of battle, commonly involving fatigue, slowed reaction time, indecision, and symptoms. Okay, so now you might say, well, what the hell does battle fatigue have to do with spirituality? So let's get into that. And if anybody have any questions, being that I could see the comments, you could just type in, you know. Shout out to Katrina out there. I see you. And I see I got some other viewers. Um, Before I start, is there any question on the definition that I just gave people on battle fatigue? All right. I guess y'all typing it in. So by the time y'all ready, because I know there's a slight delay, and we're going to go into it. I don't want to sound like a preacher, but you have people that is battle fatigued by spiritually. Let's stick with the spiritual aspect first because it'll lead into the physical. Your car's breaking down. Your home is messed up. Your spouse constantly arguing with you. You know, they have a way they say, the Haitians say, that's of the devil. So a lot of it, I guess you could be the judge on that. Now, when you're dealing with these type of things and you constantly seeing, you have to understand there's certain entities that roam this plane. And I don't want people to think of this as pseudo. It's not pseudo. I'm getting very direct. When you see, if you could see it, or you feel these different energies around you, or you noticing your life is just messed up, no matter how much things you're doing, and it's constantly happening. It's not, okay, one time and that's it. It's happening over and over and over again. Now, I know a lot of people could relate what I'm talking about. So basically, I'll give you the examples again. Your children acting up in school. You got to work to go deal with them in school, right? All right, now you're like, what's going on? My child wasn't always like this before. Now they're acting up. What's happening? Then on to, it's different. So it's so many different factors you got to counter in. Your child could be an indigo and just straight up rebelling, and you got to get that in check. Your child could be crystal, or any of those other terms that I did in a video on Underground Railroad already with Brother Rich. All right. So now let's deal with the car situation. You could have a nice car, or you could have a car, period. And you'll have people that just hate on you. They don't want to see you driving. Now, all that, you got to deal with all that pressure's coming down on you. Then the bills is backing up. And then work. You're at work, you're getting problems from people at work. It's always something. No matter how much prayers you're saying, no matter how much oils you're using, it's like you're in a constant war, a constant battle all the time. So that will get you tired. That will drain you. You have some people in the West Indies, we call them powerful stupid. They want to be all boastful. Oh, I can handle anything. Oh, I'm good. I don't need that. That stuff don't affect me. A year later, you see them looking dried up like a damn prune. That's because they're sick. What's happening to the body is breaking them down. I want people to really get what I'm saying. It's a constant stress. So now the battle fatigue is happening to them physically. You have two types of stress. You have EU stress, or say E stress. Then you have stress. The EU stress is considered a good type of stress. Regular stress, I ain't got to tell you, that's considered a bad type of stress. So your body is taking a toll, just like those guys in the Gulf War, just like them guys that was in Vietnam and all the other wars. You are battle fatigued, and you're going to look like you want to give up. You're going to look like, oh, I can't do this no more. This is so stressful. Maybe I should just go with the program. I should just do what everybody else say do. Do not fall into that trap. Because when you fall into that trap, now they got you. Not only have they won, but they control you now. So in order to take out yourself out of the whole control mechanism of, and when I say out of the control mechanism, I'm talking about you being in control of yourself, not somebody being in control of you. You got to take yourself out of somebody being in control of you. You got to learn that these people are playing chess with your lives. Again, you have people, they might not be doing voodoo or any other type of spiritual system to bring you down, but their intent, that constant hate, they're giving you that evil eye. You have to know how to navigate through that. You don't get stuck in that and think, well, oh, nobody's doing me nothing. Yes, the hell they are. You got people that don't want to see you happy, don't want to see you doing good. And you might be like, well, damn, next, I love giving examples so people can understand me perfectly. There's no confusion. I used to drive a 1998 Subaru Forester, and it had people that was driving better vehicles than me. When I tell you better, or what I would consider better. And when I get to find out these people was hating, not just the people that wasn't driving, but the people that was driving. And I'm like, why the hell are you hating on me? You got a nice Mercedes Benz. You got a BMW. Why are you hating on me with my raggedy 1998 Subaru Forester? You got the newest model out at the time. Now, the reason why is because those people will see you, they see you have the potential to elevate. Today, it's a 1998 Subaru Forester. Tomorrow, it could be a 2016 Subaru Forester. 2017, it could be a Mercedes Benz, top of the line truck. 2018, it could be a Tesla truck. 2019, you could be pushing the new Bentley truck. They see that, yo, you have the potential to move up. So now what happens to them? They have to throw some people just straight up key a car. All right. They're like, I saw a nice vehicle, I forgot the name of it. It got the pitchforks like symbol in the front, and it have the person that's driving it is a doctor. Someone's, it was right around where my shop is, someone smeared feces all on her car handles, and he went and did it to other vehicles that was fancy. Now come to find out, they have him on tape, and this happened at 2 a.m. But why did he pick? See, that's what I'm talking about, is hate. And when you see the owner, I was shocked to see who she's. A short lady. She's an MD, medical doctor, and she's pushing a nice fancy top of the line vehicle. And she said, yo, I don't know that person. He just did this to my vehicle because that is the hate. So now, guess what? She had to pay for the people to come out and power wash her car because he put it all on the handles. It showed where he dropped down, squat, took a defecation, put it in, smeared it on her, on the handles, smeared it on the other cars. So, with that being said, that being known, what do we do now? Do you succumb to that stress? Okay, how do you beat that stress? You have stuff that I say, the penny royale. That's a liquid. What I learned is, let's just stick with the cars. People don't smoke out their vehicles. What do I mean by that? You have the chalice, the swinging chalice. I wish I had it here now so I could show you. You have the swinging chalice. Then you have the charcoal. You have different types of rock incense. Now, when people see me out there smoking my vehicle, a lot of people that go that hate again, they'll look to say, oh, he's being vain because he got a nice vehicle. That's why he's smoking out the car. No, that's not why. It's because I know the spiritual attacks that people will send at it. They'll smile in your face, but they want to see you not being able to make the payments, not being able to pay your insurance. They want to see you crash all the time. I have a vehicle was crashing all the time. When I did his old vehicle, smoke, not a problem. The new vehicle, crashing every single time until I smoke it out. How the hell somebody get hit while they're parked at a freaking gas station? All right. And you ain't going to think that's something spiritual. That's some type of spiritual attack. You're at a gas station pumping gas and somebody come and hit you. That's the negative intent that the people send out there. So now you go into stress mode and it's constantly playing a toll on you and you get battle fatigue. When people get battled fatigued physically and spiritually, your aura lowers, period. Straight off the back, your aura is going to get low. Secondly, your thought process and reaction time is a lot slower. Okay? Again, it's no different from people in war. Then certain prayers, certain candle lightings that you say ain't going to be as strong as it should be. Hold on, let me see if anybody got any questions. Okay. All right. Back at it. So you want to get these, it says, and let me state this. I tell people straight up, I'm Hebrew. All right. I say my Hebrew prayers. I don't care. Don't let nobody ever ridicule you. That's the next part of battle fatigue. They say, oh, you believe in Jesus. I say Yahweh Shai, but you know, that's what people ignorantly know his name as. So they just don't know. But they'll be like, oh, you believe in a spookism God, a spook God who don't show himself. Don't fall for it, because that will be playing that's to psychologically break you down. Don't fall for it. And it goes both ways. You have the Caucasian that put a Caucasian version of a white face and push it out there constantly at you, constantly. Okay? So you have to know how to decipher that. And that's not just me saying that because I'm Hebrew. I don't care if you're Muslim. Me personally, I'll be like, well, you know, based on your nationality, I'll say you are Hebrew. Why are you being Muslim? But what spiritual system works for you? Now, it's not about I would like you to be Hebrew. It's not about that. All right? It's what I know. So it's not just based off what I know now. It's, am I going to come to you and break you down and say, hey, why are you worshiping that God, brother? You need to stop that. Oh my gosh, you talking about Allah too much. I'm not going to do that to you. I don't have time to do that to you, because then I'll be adding to your battle fatigue, spiritually and physically. Because if it takes a toll on you spiritually and you know what's happening to you, or and you're stressed out, then you know what's going to happen to you physically. The number one killer is stress. Stress causes cancer. Stress lowers your immune system. It does everything. So don't get caught up in people doing and saying these things, because they will be the same one that will worship Jesus. They'll tell you, oh, don't deal with Jesus, or don't deal with Allah, or don't deal with whatever you're dealing with. And don't try to replace another system for you. You know, they'll try to scam you out of your money. It got people that's getting scammed left and right. That's a next battle fatigue that you go to, that people go through. That's why I said, let's have that fast starting September 1st. The fasting is very important when you're going through the battle fatigue physically and spiritually. Now, when you fast, you're supposed to help raise up your vibration. All these stuff I'm telling you so you could know what to do. Anything I mention, now I have to put this out here. Anything I mention, you could get at my shop. I don't just talk about it. I make sure I be about it. All right? You could get these items at the shop, 570 Fulton Street. All right? Nicholas, Brooklyn. You could go on the website, order, do whatever. I'll give out the number later for that. But you have to know, when you are faced with these people that try to bring you down, they will push one system on you that is only to fit their own agenda. So it's one thing somebody coming and telling you, oh, why you worshiping Allah? Do you know you're really Hebrew? Or vice versa. Or why you worshiping the Hebrew God or Jesus or whatever? Why you don't worship Allah? Okay, show me how that's better. We talk this stuff about the Christians. A lot of things I noticed with these Christians, I'm talking about the Christian church, you could bash them all you want. It's like water off a duck's back. Period. They don't fall for that garbage. You're not going to talk about they Jesus. 9 times out of 10 is white Jesus. They not falling for that. You could talk to you blue in the face. They are not. You will get battle fatigue trying to teach them to get out of that mindset of white Jesus. That's deep. They're very strong-minded. All right. So now you have people like Creflo Dollar. That man was going under a lot of stress where they was trying to get him, because you know the whole thing with the mega churches. I think that happened around 2011, 2012, where they was getting at the preachers. And I didn't know until this man, he was like one of the only preachers that came up and speak. He was like, listen, I had all this type of stuff before I started even preaching. I didn't know that guy was dealing into real estate. I didn't know he set up non-for-profit to help people. So people talk about Creflo Dollar, Creflo Pimp a Dollar. Nah, I still believe he's, pimping a dollar. I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. But did he set up a system to help people? He is preaching, quote unquote, the word of God, right? So if he's preaching, quote unquote, the word of God, he have to show people, hey, this worked for me. But you got to be careful of that, because it got charlatans. And the charlatans will pull up in a nice vehicle, nicely dressed, all right, and say, this worked for me, so get into this. Whole time they're robbing you of your money. So be careful of that. But on the other hand, they still have to show, hey, this is what this God has done for me. This is what my prayers and my belief system has had me gain. Pay attention to that, because it's a G. Don't ever get it twisted. That's a big game. Now, is it a good game or a bad game? Let's figure this out. So now you turn around, you follow Creflo Dollar, but you're poor. You're not living in a nice house. You're not driving a nice vehicle. Matter of fact, after church, you got to go on a train. And the next thing, when you go home, you see a damn eviction notice on your door. You go to Creflo Dollar, you're a member of his church. Believe man set up a system where he, excuse me, people, I'm doing a live stream right now. I'm doing a low dollar now. And you tell him, I'm a member of your church. I support you. I pay tithes. I do what I got to do. That's basically going to be your attitude, because you're starting to think, hey, I pray, I do all this. You know what this man does? He sets up apartments, because he owns a lot of property. He sets up property for his members, and they could move in and it's rent stabilized. Cheap rent. Okay. Let's fast forward now. They're able to pay their rent, and he also provides certain jobs for them. Now they're working. You really believe, you who have all the knowledge you have, and they see what you got and what you doing and what you dealing with, you really believe you're gonna go and tell them stop dealing with that? No, it ain't happening. They refuse to let you get them battle fatigued. It's not happening. Ain't nothing you could tell them. If they were skeptical about the man, they're skeptical no more. All right? If you telling them, oh, white Jesus, you shouldn't be praying to that white Jesus, oh my gosh, they ain't trying to hear you now, because they were down and out and they were doing good. They hear so much bad about this person, but yo, this person just hooked me up, and now I'm able to see all the other people the person hooked up. So how do we reach those people? You don't. They refuse to let you battle fatigue them. So now you got to check yourself. Are you battle fatigued? You're saying these people is lost. They don't have the truth. They don't know knowledge, but are they better off than you? And are they killing somebody? Are they hurting somebody? Think about that. Now, you have to show and prove for yourself, what are you doing? How you gonna make stuff happen? That's where your prayers come in. That's where your meditation comes in. Again, they got people that have shops. The shops is going downhill. They're not getting sales. You have a oil that I always speak about, Penny Royale. The Penny Royale could help you big time. Then you have the hyssop oil, very, very powerful biblical oil, and the lemon eucalyptus. Mop out your shop every damn day. Hell, bathe in it every day. That will help with the battle fatigue. A next thing you could say is your psalms, or your prayers in general. You say your prayers, you do what you have to do. Now, I know you got some people won't like the example that I gave with Creflo Dollar, because it sounded like I gave him too much damn credit. But you got to give credit where credit is due. So now, you know, these preachers that sell the prosperity water, that pipe water that they probably prayed over, or might not even pray over, but you know, just they touching it and they feel that they aura charge it up, and they hand to people. You can't deny the amount of people that use stuff like this, and all of a sudden they're getting what they want. Now you might say, oh, well, all you did was trick them to believe in themselves and the energy of yeah, okay, that sounds good, but is what they're using really working? Because they're seeing results. So again, I just told you, people that's battle fatigue, certain things they do cloud their judgment and they won't make right decisions. So now what you have to do is say your prayers. Don't ever let people tell you prayer is garbage and who you're praying to, some spook God. Don't fall for that. You have to use, it's like certain noise, what I just told you about. Map out your area, bathe with it. Your car, start smoking out your vehicle. It's very important that you smoke out your vehicle. Oh, I see somebody saying they believe in white Jesus. I'm gonna leave that alone. But any questions so far on what I said? I don't just want to be on here, seem like I'm rambling, ranting. I want to interact with the people because I know it got to be some questions right now. So hit me with it. Okay, I see one person say, I believe that's Katrina. Yep. I always get stopped and harassed by cops for no reason. Never given a ticket, just harassed. I smoked out my car with items from Brother Joel, and now everything is fine. Oh, okay. I thought it had a question on that. Well, that's a perfect example. Now we already know what needs to be done for what not needs to be done. So let's get back to the battle fatigue. I see nobody have any questions now, so I'll just continue. Okay. Again, battle fatigue could also take a toll on your relationship. Trust me. I know. All right. Um, when you're battle fatigue, you tend to take your anger and aggression out on your partner or people that's close to you that really cares about you. You have to be careful when you do that because with your anger and aggression, you also push a level of battle fatigue on the other person. The other person is supposed to help you. Now you might say, gosh, damn, this person don't help me. Damn. But that might not be the case. It might be just that you're frustrated and you don't like how things is going on. So how do we change that? How do we help that? How do we rectify that? Massages is good. People don't massage each other, their spouse, no more. Or don't just take them out to get a massage. Now, a lot of times, the person who's doing the massage might be very tired, or if you're going out and get a massage, time, that time factor, especially when you're hustling and bustling. But they always say a family that pray together, stay together. And you have people that be falling off that it happens. It happened to me before. I'm not gonna be here and play no saint and be like, oh, I'm perfect. No, sometimes it's either you get caught slipping or you start slipping and you catch yourself. You stand upright. Like, oh, I nearly took a tumble there. Keep you in check. So don't always think your mate is the wrong one. Your mate is the one doing something wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes they are just getting on your damn nerves. Let's keep it real. But any other time you'll be able to deal with that. Why now, every time you always off the edge? You got people that don't want to see y'all together. So if you have people that don't want to see y'all together, what do you think is going to happen? They're sending out, they're projecting that thought. Then they got some people that just do straight voodoo on your ass. And nobody ain't going to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. Yeah, that's right. MC Spookism. It got too much people that come to me for that. Too much. They'll buy the figure candles. They'll buy all these different type of oils to take women. Women will buy these oils to take your man. Man will buy these oils and these different things. Go to whoever pay X amount of money to take away somebody else's woman. And I challenge anybody that doubt me on what I say. So, okay, we got that established. We understand that that happens. How do you counter it? You got to get up on your game. You got to say your prayers. You have to. You have to start smoking out certain areas. You have to watch the people you hang around that's draining. I'm going to emphasize draining, because there's a lot of them, draining your energy. How do you stop that? How do you block that? Okay, I already told you one prayers, some oils you could use, smoking out. But a next good thing is just stay away from a lot of these people once you know what they're about. And that's the whole point in building up your spiritual energy, so you can know what they're about. Normally you'll be on point. You're like, oh, that person is no good, this and that, da 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 da. Then all of a sudden you let somebody in your circle, and they evil. They evil. Now what? How do you navigate through that? Again, you stay away from them and make sure you build yourself up, because if you wasn't battle fatigued, you would be able to see them coming a mile away. Now, if anybody disagree with me on that, probably not on the channel right now, most likely when this video go up, you'll have those that will disagree. Too bad for them. It is what it is. The truth is the truth. So basically, when you're in a battle, you're given certain tools to go fight a battle. They just don't throw you in the battle and you don't have no type of weapon, no armor, nothing whatsoever, right? So think of the spiritual tools and the items, and you saying your prayers and you are doing what you have to do as a weapon, because it is a weapon. Consider those angelic beings and all the other gods. I don't want to say gods, other beings and angelic beings. All right, let's stick with that. That you deal with military, and your military is standing strong and doing what they have to do for you, looking to help you, looking to strengthen you. Now consider yourself on the battlefield, and you are guiding them. If anybody played Battleship, you got to be strategic, and you're guiding them to help you fight in doing what you need to do, because it's a war. It's a war. Now this gets into the next part. Anybody that think they're not in a war and it's not spiritual beings all around, you're sadly mistaken. If you think you're going to be around here doing what you're doing and you ain't going to be battle fatigued, because there is no war, that's crazy talk. You okay? When everything start going bad for you, it's funny how people rush to God. Why? You're the general, okay. God is the commander in chief. Now you want power to help you because you see what's going on. You're seeing entities form on people. You're seeing people is attacking you left and right. So you're in a war. Now, in a war, these are the factors that you need. You need to understand. Else you will, it won't even be a war. You get slaughtered like that. You need to know your terrain. Now you'd be like, ah, oh, come on, brother. What the hell you talking about? I need to know my terrain. I'm in New York. I'm in Chicago. I'm in Ohio. I'm in Brazil. What are you talking about? When you go to war, you got to know, is that earth soft or is it hard? Are you able to dig underneath and sneak up on the enemy? Do you have enough trees to cover you? Where do you set up your snipers? Where do you booby trap? Which area needs to be booby trapped? Which areas don't? Which area are you going to let nature deal with your enemy? Perfect example, Brazil. They just can't go up in there and think they ain't going to get mosquito bites and die from different diseases. Okay? You're going over there to conquer a group of people, but you don't know the land and terrain. That ain't going to be too good for you. So that's one. You got to know your terrain. All this will help you from being battle fatigued, physically and spiritually. Then you have to know who is your enemy. And I ain't even going to get too deep into that one. I could, but I really won't. Because by now, everybody should know who the hell their enemy, especially if things is not going good in your life. But let's say you don't know who that enemy is. Okay, that leads into my next thing when you're dealing with a spiritual, physical war. And is making you physically and spiritually battle fatigued. You have to have proper intel. So we're on 3 now. You have to have proper intel, information. You need to know your enemy's weaknesses. You need to know their strong points. You need to have certain people around to let you know, hey, this person is sneaking up on you. Now, what's a way you could find that out spiritual? That's where your dreams come in. Some people astral travel. Some people don't intentionally astral travel. They just do, and they end up at a spot and they hearing word for word or everything the person's saying negatively, the negative thing. All right, and what they're planning to, that's nothing new. Okay, that's nothing new. It happens to people all the time. So that's one way of getting intel. Then you have physically somebody just coming and tell you, hey, a chick at work, that BITC, you know the rest, she don't like you. She's trying to get you fired. Try out, okay? Being that we know that, so we have intel. Now the next thing is deception. Before you're dealing with deception, you have certain people that will try to deceive you, act like you're your friend. Again, that's where your intel got to come in to know. But more so, I want to talk about deception on you deceiving people. You. All right. If anybody read The Art of War, Sang Shun, hope I pronounce a word. You have to let your enemies know when you're few and many, think you're a lot. When you're a lot, make them think you are less. Now, why would you do that? If you're already strong and you could overpower them and win the battle, why in the hell would you want them to think you're less in numbers? Guess what? Because they are using the right intel, they could set up certain traps, ambush you, and wipe out your numbers like that. It's that easy. So you don't want people to know. It's like people that's rich. They don't want people to know that they're rich. They walk around, they dress a certain way. They're using deception. Very deceptive. The way how they move, the way how they act. You wouldn't know that they're rich. Because they understand people with money, trust me, everything I'm talking about right here, the majority of people with money, I'd say 95 is being too little. I should say 99% of the people that have lots of money that is rich know about what I'm talking about. So they use the deception to navigate. Nah, yeah, I got money like that, but I don't want you to know I got money like that. And that is the way you have to be. All right? So I hope I cleared that up. The next thing is when, you are strong, you're stronger than your enemy, make your enemy think you're weaker than them. When you are weaker than your enemy, make your enemy think you are stronger. So I hope everybody's getting the idea what I'm saying right now. Anything that you are, you let people think you're the opposite. People think that you got people that do it that's spiritual all the damn time. They will walk around here and they'd be like, hey, what's that? Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a chapelet. Chapelet, what's that? Well, it's also called a mala. A mala, what's that? They know what the hell it is. Then next thing you know, you privileged to enter their house, and you see they forget this same thing they only asking you what it's about on the damn couch. Yeah, it happens. Now, why were they doing that? Because they want to see how much you know. Some people want to test you to see, well, can I talk with this person? Can this be a person that I share spiritual stuff with? Because they don't want to get ridiculed. Because remember, people don't do good with ridicule. And when they start getting ridiculed, they shut down. When they're shutting down, it's because they're under battle fatigue, spiritually and physically. Now, the next way is they might want to do you harm, and they want to see how much you know. They want to say, well, oh, I say this mantra with it this much times a day. They're gaining intel on you. You have to be careful the people you are talking to and you're sharing certain information about yourself with, because their objective is to spiritually and physically put you under battle fatigue. And when you're under a battle fatigue, they could wipe you out. That's a fact. Hold on. Let me see the comments. Any questions? Sorry, people. Like I said, just new at this, so gotta go back and forth. All right. Sister Mawa Netter, I hope I'm saying your name right, asked, would you call that being cunning? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Of course, they're being cunning. Yeah, yeah, they're being cunning, and they have every right to be on a down fit. Guarantee they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. Why not? You ain't on the same page as me. If we're going and con these people, I want to know you 100% people. I want to know you 100% down with me. If we're going to destroy and vandalize this person's property, I got to know you're down with me and that campaign. I rock those heads, that Biggie Small song, and I listened to the song real carefully. And it go, and he's saying, "Player, player, hater," and he's going and robbing people, and he's singing in the song. But it seemed like after the people he's robbing, he's talking to somebody, and he's saying, "You should come along with me, and let's go out together on a robbing spree." That's a Biggie Small song. All right. Now, obviously, he's dealing with people that's on the same like mind as him. They're going on a robbing spree. He's telling the person, yo, you should just roll with me. If you don't roll with me, you know what's going to happen to you. You might be one of those people I rob. And I don't want that to be. So now let me get you on my team because it's strength in numbers. Don't forget that strength in numbers. I want you on my team. And when I have you on my team now, it's a free fall. But when we're done, we tally up what we gain. That's what people do with your spirituality. And that's why you have to put a block on them. Just like how your phone have a blocker, your Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, they have it where you could block people. Start blocking these people. Okay? No matter how hard it gets, how much battle fatigue you get, you have to know, hey, I gotta hold out. I am not gonna conform to this. Because when you conform to it, that's it. It's a wrap for you. It is a wrap for you. Any questions? Any questions at all? Somebody asks, is that is called thought form, right? When you will thought form, everything is a thought. So once you put the thought out there, it's supposed to form. Okay, let's move on. All right. So people that get battle fatigue also get sick. There's certain exercises you could do. Again, I'm just going to tell you. You could use a rebounder, which is considered a mini trampoline. You could do sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups. For certain people, for a lot of people, I want to say that helps their spiritual energy vibration rise. I know it helps me. And my wife has a challenge going on, app challenge. All right. I think it's 30-day app challenge. So we already started it, and there's a fast that's going to be happening, like I said, this September 1st. So basically, you're going to be fasting and doing the ab challenge. It might seem hard, especially with the hectic life we're living, constantly moving around, or even you as the individual. It might seem hard, but guess what? It's only going to get easier. Let's stick with the fasting right now. So we know that you fast to help build up your spiritual energy so you don't get battle fatigue. Okay. Because again, physical and spiritual battle fatigue. Okay. What is fasting good for? Fasting is definitely good to help you lose weight. Fasting is good for helping you eliminate toxins out your body faster. Fasting is also good for raising up your spiritual vibration. For those people who have been battle fatigued and they need to get a jolt, or they just need to shake off that auric residue off of them from other people, there is a lot of stuff that you can gain by fasting. And I want people to take an aura picture, and when they're done with the aura picture, go on the fast or whatever you gotta do, and then see what happens. When you have to learn, okay, I want to word this carefully because I don't want people to consider me as stuck up, snooty, but you have to learn when you notice yourself as getting battle fatigue. You have to learn to cut people off. Now, you got certain people, the auric residue is all over the place. You go around that, and depending on how low your energy is, you pick up on that too. So it's draining you a lot. You ride a train, you ride the buses, you're driving in your own freaking car, you're getting bombarded. That's the stress again coming down on you. So you could get something like this, a job, okay? You could do this while you're walking the street. If you don't want to do this and make it seem so damn obvious, because you would have a few people look at you when you rock something like this, okay? The chapelet, 108 beads, or mala, if you want to call it that. You say your prayers. You walk. And when I say prayers, let me be more clear. Like you can say a mantra, which I consider a prayer. Like I gave out before when I was on Brother Rich's channel. Shout out to Brother Rich, Underground Railroad. And you just simply say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Okay? See, that's the center bead. Normally have a string, we get it fixed back. Okay? So it's Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. That's one. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. That's two. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. That's three. Don't say I ain't give y'all nothing. I made it point, clear, plain, and to the point. And you say your prayer. That also helps you, especially if you're going to fast. It's one thing that I notice when people, anybody, myself, anybody fast. When their prayer is raised up on high. Okay? Their prayer is heightened. Why? Because your body's in process. That's very simple. And if you're vibrating, think of it as an antenna. You know, you have the antennas that's small, and then you pull it up and it gets tall. That's your aura. Okay? So you're saying your prayers, you're doing what you have to do, and you're getting into yourself. And I'm not saying getting into yourself in a vain, type of way, but you're looking to help yourself grow. It's about you. When you're doing your fast, make no mistake, it is about you. All right? You don't want to feel the stresses of being battle fatigue no more. You want to gain certain things that you should gain. You want to get that nice house. You want to get that nice car. You want to have that nice job. You're tired of this dead-end job. Something got to give. Excuse me. Something got to give. You want to leave it. That's what you have to do. Let me check again. Again, people, bear with me. I'm looking to see any questions. Okay, I see a Nicole Ray. She said, well, I assume it's a she. She said, I learned I'm an indigo child, easily fatigued from being from people's negative energy. All right. It's even worse once you're an indigo. Once you're indigo, you're considered an empath, emotional pathway person. All right. So when you're dealing with that now, the thing is what I said before. I don't know how much did Nicole Ray caught, but when your energy is on high and it's like you're also like a sponge. Other people see you and they want to come and they want you to soak up what they're dealing with. You have to know how to take it in and expel it back at them, or just create a blockage, a barrier the first damn time. All right. When you do what you need to do when it comes to this, how you say, fast, you'll learn that you won't be as drained when those certain people come around. You just won't, because your energy is rising each day. Each day your energy rising. Like you have the story of Jesus told the devil, "Get thee behind me, Satan." He fasted, didn't he? Did Yahweh Shai not fast for a whole 40 days? So if we know Yahweh Shai fasted for 40 days, who is you that you can't do it? And you know what you're supposed to do, because these people are constantly coming around and taking from you. You have to build up a defense. Once you get drained, you're battle fatigued. And then you start blowing up on people because you think everybody is pretty much the same, and you won't know who to trust. Certain things you deal with people, certain things you'll tell people that you expect to stay right there. Certain relationships you have with people, you don't want them talking your business, then they end up talking your business anyway. That's draining. That's stressful. You have to know how to counter that. And that's why the name of the title is Combating Battle Fatigue Physically and Spiritually. If you don't use certain items, if you don't start going more towards prayer, if you don't start analyzing who you are around, sometimes, now I know sometimes we don't have a choice. That I do know for a fact. Sometimes we don't have a choice. And we have to be around these people. We know this already. That's a fact. But again, there are a lot of things that you have to do to build up yourself. Because this is the next thing I'm going to throw out there. Once you start shaking the battle fatigue, oh, a lot of people going to drop off your radar. Trust me on that. It could be your own children. It could be your own husband slash wife. Okay? Could be your mother, your father, sisters, brothers, co-workers, friends. And that's just the way it is. And you get in touch with like-minded individuals. That's all. Shout out to Sci-Fi. She just popped in my head. She got her show, Sci-Fi Living. Excellent sister. Always show support. And I witnessed how she got a time with a certain situation from them trolls on the damn internet. That's why a lot of times when people put up comments about me, I don't delete them. Some people need to delete it because it adds to their battle fatigue. Me, I embrace it. Because if you're taking time out, we got to learn how to flip things on people. If you're taking time out to get on the computer, type, to make a response to me, or for something that's said or a video that you don't like, and it got the time when you started showing that you've been commenting on a video that's only an hour long, and you've been on there commenting, saying, oh, what you got to say for 3 hours. 3 hours. Who now start going into battle fatigue, me or you? Because you're wasting up a lot of energy doing that. When you have people that's constantly working hard to get at you and they see it's not working, who then start becoming battle fatigue? You or them? All right, let me see if any questions, because we're winding down. It's 8:44 p.m. All right, is there any questions out there? Now is the time to get it out, people, because this stream is about to end soon at 9. Don't call me after asking me, because this happens all the time. Not in live streams, but like it's gonna happen in a live stream. But most likely when I'm doing lectures, if you have people there, they have me, they can ask me any questions they want. They wait till everybody else is done, gone. They put me to the side and they start overloading me with questions. So any questions out there? So I can't interact with the people. Like I said, I want to get it set up because I'll give out the link to certain people so they could join the chat. Welcome for the video. Not a problem. Bear with me, people. All right. Again, I guess I could just continue. No questions. Surprised. Okay. All right. Let's get back with the whole battle fatigue. Now, let's get back to the physical. What are some of the things you could eat to help you get over your battle fatigue? Well, there's a fruit in Chinatown. Well, I know they sell it at Chinatown. It's called durian. That fruit stinks bad, but it tastes so damn good. Okay? When you eat this durian, one of the reasons why it helped you spiritually, let's deal with the spiritual, and physically, is because it have high levels of sulfur in it, which is always a plus. And that's why it stinks so damn bad. The sulfur. If anybody been to a volcano mine, it's like ridiculous the smell when you go to the hot springs where the volcano run off, and it's like that pure sulfur. It smell like stinking, dirty, rotten eggs. That's the only way I could explain it. Now, eating that and you're putting the sulfur in your body. That's why people will say, well, damn, brother, you sell a product that I always hear you pushing MSM, 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 MSM. Why you keep talking about that product along with vitamin C? Because I know physically what it does for you. And anything I do, I don't just look at the physical attributes. I'm going to look at the spiritual attributes as well. All right? When you read the Bible, we was given a Levitical law. The Levitical law, excuse me, which is a dietary law that's in the book of Leviticus. So you have people that want to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. Trust me, I was one of those people. So I don't. That's why I really don't down people. Well, I do be watching people funny that eat that damn pork. Now I ain't gonna lie, because in this day and age. But anyway, I don't down them. They eating the crab, the shrimp, the lobster, crawfish, all them bottom dwellers. When you, well, I could only talk about me. Felt when I was eating those things back in the days, and I was like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. It tastes so good. And I lied to you not, it was a fast I went on a time. And yo, when I went to go eat this thing, it was like I could not muster up to eat it. And I'm telling you, I'm good at cooking. All right. I used to whip up mango sauteed shrimp. What else? Lobster with ginger sauce melted down. I used to do it all. After coming off that fast, yo, I didn't want to see it in my sight. I couldn't even stand the smell of it. That's how bad it was. So that shows when you go through a spiritual transformation, you will be forced from certain things. They got people that I was hanging around with, and then I just dropped them like that. And they're like, yo, you ain't gonna eat that Bubba Gumps? No. I ain't eating that crap. Ill? Well, I ain't say ill, but you get what I mean. So if we know this stuff breaks down our body, because that's what it's doing. You might think you're enjoying yourself and, oh, I feel so good. And mind you, I was still very spiritual. I was still doing what I had to do spiritually. But I noticed once I stopped eating it, the sky was the limit. I reached to a whole new higher level. And that's what I tell people. Some people will be like, oh, I don't want to hear that ish. You fool, get the F out of here. I'm going to eat whatever the hell I want. Okay. Okay. You're going to be saying that for now. Later on, you're going to change your tune. Later on, trust me, you will change your tune. Because after you start seeing the results when you're forced to, something might happen to you where you might get sick and you don't feel like eating. That happened to me before. I was like, what the hell? What's going on? Normally, I don't get sick. But you will know when you're supposed to fast. And if you don't get it, you're not listening in to those angelic beings. They're trying to put you on the right path, trying to give you the information that you need, and you refuse by hook or by crook, that ass gonna fast. I bet you any type of money on that. And after you forced to fast, you're pushed in a situation where there is no food around. Things are hard for you. That's when all of a sudden you start contemplating, hey, I need to make this change in my life. I need to make that change in my life. Again, people, it's not rocket scientists. Excuse me, it's not rocket science. All right? It's not rocket science. You know you want a flatter stomach, you got to work out. Simple as that. Working out raise your vibrations. It's important to work out. You're building up energy when you work out. See, all these things could help you against battle fatigue. I just told you the stuff that help cause battle fatigue. The next thing that I didn't touch on is microwaves. Horrible, because you're putting radiation into your body. Putting radiation into your body. Certain foods you could eat. Walnuts. You have something called God's signature. Now, if anybody knows what a walnut looks like, it looks like the human brain. There's also one that I was thinking about that also looked like like the brain. It's just shaped longer. Pecans. When you check those stuff, they are great, excellent for the brain. So I'm making sure I give you all these different things, stuff you could eat, stuff to drink, vitamins to use, stuff to clean out your area, because all of it is important. It bombards you. It lowers your energy. People to stay the hell away from. All right. You got people that want to drink all the time. Now, if you want to drink, don't overdo it. Me personally, I don't drink. But for those who do, I always tell them don't overdo it. Because when you do that, you allow certain entities to break your barrier and enter you. You ever heard the term liquid courage or truth serum? All right. That alcohol, you really want to get somebody to tell you how they really feel about you? Take them out. Take them out. Drinking. Ooh. The stuff that will come out their mouth. It's amazing. Amazing. Some of the things they do, and you're like, yo, I didn't know you was like that. They're not like that. A lot of times it's certain entities that take over their system. Why? Because they feel so drained stuff is so bad, they need a drink. Okay, you battle fatigue and you need a drink. Nothing's wrong with that. Get a drink. But are you going to overdo it? You know what I'm saying with this. Are you going to overdo it? There is moderation to everything. And if you don't know your limit, you not only physically destroy your body, but you're going to destroy your body spiritually. See, a lot of people like to separate the two. I merge them. It goes hand in hand. There's no separation with that for me. Because you could physically hurt somebody, that it takes a toll on their spiritual being, and you could spiritually and physical. I mean, that's just straight facts. If anybody denies that, again, I don't know what to tell them. You know, it is what it is. Hold on. So, I see we have 6 people watching. That was a good turnout. We're winding down. I hope I explained the battle fatigue properly to you, what causes battle fatigue, and how to stop battle fatigue. I hope I've been very informative. This video will be posted up for people to watch. Next time I do a video, it's just not gonna be me. I'm gonna have different people come on and interact so people could get a better understanding. I don't like to be one of those people that just stay there the whole time talking. Nah, I want to interact with the people. That's one of the things people say that they like about me, because I interact with the people. And I promise you, this channel will bring you everything that you need to know. I am not going to hold back. I'm going to tell you like it is. It's either you like it or accept it. We're going to be doing certain interviews, getting the right people up on here in the interviews. Ask them the tough questions. That's what we're going to do. Notice I'm saying we're going to do. I don't want people to say, oh, he's talking about some spirits. No, I'm talking about we as the people, because I want to make sure questions that people want to know. All right. I am not going to sugarcoat this platform. I'm going to make sure I have the right integrity when dealing on this platform. So, when people come in on this fiery chair, all right, and that flame keep rising because they can't handle the questions, they got 2 choices. They can answer or not answer, but the question will be asked. All right. And if anybody have any question and want to challenge me on anything, no problem. We could do it. So I'm your host, Joel Benjamin, aka MC Spookism. I hope you enjoyed the show. Signing out. Everybody have a good night.